Welcome back to Let's Play Zelda Ocarina of Time. Last part, we killed the Deku Tree. How sad. In this part, we're going to be leaving the forest and heading to Hyrule Field. And our adventure will start for real. But not before multiple cutscenes, so just be prepared. Oh, you're leaving! Yes. I think it was pretty obvious by my leavingly direction. I knew that you would leave the forest someday, Link, because you're different from me and my friends. But that's okay, because we'll be friends forever, won't we? We only spoke once. I want you to have this ocarina. Please take good care of it. And we get our first ocarina. One of two. You received the Fairy Ocarina. This is a memento from Saria. Set it to C and press C to start playing it. On the select item subscreen, you can set it to any of the C buttons. You can play different notes with A and the 4 C buttons. Press B to quit playing or to start using your song over and over again. Over again. Why can't I read today? Oh boy. You play my ocarina, I hope you think of me and come back to the forest to visit. Yeah, we'll be back. A couple times. Now this is interesting to me. See, that whole movement by Link there doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. He slowly backs away like he's afraid, and then he just books it. It's like, what, does she have the COVID? Boy, that'll be a dated reference. Hyrule Field. We'll be seeing a lot of Hyrule Field. Alright. Onward. But we will be stopped very shortly for more dialogue. Ah! It's an owl. And a big one at that. Biggest one I've ever seen. Appears the time has finally come for you to start your adventure, yes. You'll encounter many hardships ahead. This guy does not shut up, by the way. Alright. Yes, I did. Stop talking to me. Terminal montage, when he did his Ocarina of Time video, actually had a really good reaction to that in the video. Oh, that was funny. Because it's so true. Especially when you're playing this game as a kid. Playing this game as a kid, you have to have an unreasonable amount of patience for a kid. But yes, this is Hyrule Field. This is one of Nintendo's examples of an open world. One of their earliest examples of an open world, I should say. And it's a pretty big one for what it is. It's not... I mean, obviously you look at Breath of the Wild and that pretty much blows it out of the water in terms of size, but you gotta remember, again, this was a game that released in 1998. Come on, let me in, let me in, let me in. There we go. If you don't go fast enough, that drawbridge will close if it gets dark. Okay. See a bunch of dogs running around at night. And I believe... Alright, one of them is following me. Now, there is a mission in town of a lady who's looking for her lost dog. And, there's not much you can really do, I think, with that yet. Here we go again. The princess is in the castle? No, I thought she was sitting in an old wood shack. So basically what he said there is interesting. In certain spots of the game, time flows normally, so you've got a regular day and night cycle, but if you're in a town, like Hyrule Castle towns back there, time stands completely still. So if it's nighttime when you're in there, it'll stay nighttime. But if you're in a spot like this, then it will flow from day to night regularly. Alright. So now, gotta get past the guards. That didn't work. I went the complete wrong route. And I just realized it the second I did it. Okay. Onward and upward! Alright, so the correct route, if I can do it... Go down here. And then go... Good. Go straight up here. Go through these trees. Alright, and then go down here. And go up here. And we're in. Oh, well, I forgot. You actually do need to go into the river. Because they have eyes in the back of their head. And that makes sense. It does. Hey, your clothes. They're different. You're not from around here, are you? Boy, are you judgmental or what? I'm joking, of course. I don't really care. You're a fairy boy. It sounds like it should be a slur. Fairy boy. Alright, so our dad went to go deliver some milk and he never came back. Gee, where have I ever heard that story before? So we'll just go through the right way. Technically, they want you to use that ladder, but I'm gonna do it the quicker way. Alright, so the mistake I made was not going into the moat. I know I called it a river earlier, but it is a moat. Minus the crocodiles and whatever other traps that they probably should have in here. Alright. Okay, actually, I'm also remembering where I messed up, again. So I need to get thrown out. Hey, guard! I like how they violently toss this child out. It's hilarious. Going to the castle, fairy boy? Would you mind finding my dad? He must have fallen asleep somewhere around the castle. What a thing for an adult to do. Oh yeah, if you're looking for him, I'll give this to you. I've been incubating this egg very carefully. Alright. Okay. I'm now just... all the memories are coming back in terms of what I have to do here. And it is a little bit tedious. I have to wait for sunrise for this egg to hatch. Of this cuckoo, or cuckoo. However you say it. I'm still not entirely sure the pronunciation of half the things in this game. I've heard different ones over the years. But I don't actually know what the full-on pronunciation is. But we'll go ahead and call it a cuckoo. Basically, it's a chicken. You have to wait for the chicken to hatch, and it'll hatch at sunrise. So basically, I need to stand around until the sun pops up. That way I can wake this guy up. And I'll move his crates and get in through one of the water grates over there. Alright. Alright, let's see what he's mumbling. Now, if you couldn't tell by his red shirt, overalls, and mustache, and his name, which actually we don't know yet. But yes, he is basically a Mario inspiration. Look, a chicken hatched from the egg you were incubating. It's a miracle of life. What in tarnation? Can't a person get a little shut-eye around here? Hello, and who might you be? Yep, I'm Talon, the owner of Lone Lone Ranch. I went to the castle to deliver some milk, but I sat down here to rest, and I guess I fell asleep. What? Malin was looking for me? I'm gonna catch her from her now. I messed up bad, leaving Malin behind to wait for me. She's really gonna let me have it. Why is he so afraid of his toddler, well, maybe not toddler, but his kid daughter? I don't know. All I know is that he is quite clearly Mario. That's not the only Mario reference in this game either. In fact, we might be coming up on another one very shortly here. So you just want to push these crates, and they'll get you to where you need to go. Not hard at all. I hope the milk isn't in those crates. And here we have an example of stealth here in the castle courtyard. Not incredibly difficult, but you do have to keep in mind where the soldiers are, and then try to move quickly. I don't remember what their entire line of sight is, but I know I can do this fairly quickly. And they won't hear you if you do that, so don't worry about it. And if you want some extra rupees, you can go this way. Or you can go below. The only thing is that the camera angle is very bad here, so you have to be very careful with your movements. Alright, final stretch. Uh-oh. I did not see the second guy. Gotta be a little bit more careful than that. And just like that, we're through. So, like I said, not very hard. Alright, and there's the princess there. But before we go to talk to her, if we look in, I believe it's this window. Yep. We see Wingcap Mario and the princess. And then if we look in, I believe, this window... Maybe not. Maybe there's all... Oh, yeah, there's Bowser on the other corner. Bowser and Luigi. And Yoshi over there. So that whole room is all Mario references. Pretty neat. Who? Who are you? How did you get past the guards? Painfully easily. You might want to hire new ones. Oh, what's that? Is that... a fairy? Then are you from the forest? Then, you wouldn't happen to have the spiritual stone of the forest, would you? That green and shining stone? I do. What's it to you? Just as I thought. I had a dream. In the dream, dark storm clouds were blowing over the land of Hyrule. But suddenly a ray of light shot out of the forest, parted the clouds, and lit up the ground. The light turned into a figure holding a green and shining stone, followed by a fairy. I know this is a prophecy that someone would come from the forest. Yes, I thought you might be the one. Oh, I'm sorry. I got carried away with my story and didn't even properly introduce myself. I am Zelda, Princess of Hyrule. That means next to nothing to you because you're a filthy forest boy. Link? Strange. It sounds somehow familiar. Probably a reference to past games. Okay then, Link. I'm going to tell you the secret of the sacred realm that has been passed down by the royal family of Hyrule. So you're just giving these secrets out like candy. You're not a very smart kid. Please keep this a secret from everyone. What if I said no? Legend goes like this. I don't know if I've ever selected no. Three goddesses hid the Triforce containing the power of the gods somewhere in Hyrule. Again, why did they do that? That's an awful deity. The power to grant the wish of the one who holds the Triforce in his hands. If someone with a righteous heart makes a wish, it will lead Hyrule to a golden age of prosperity. If somebody with an evil mind has his wish granted, the world will be consumed by evil. That's what has been told. The Triforce has always sort of been a wish-granting object, or it's always been implied to be. But this game, they actually, as time goes on, you'll see they add more to it than simply being a device for granting wishes. Because it does still do that, but it actually, there's more to it than that. The Temple of Time is the entrance through which you can enter the sacred realm from our world. But the entrance is sealed with a stone wall called the Door of Time. In order to open the door, you gotta get the 3 spiritual stones. And you'll need the treasure the royal family keeps with this legend. The Ocarina of Time. She said the name of the game! Do you understand well the story I just told you? Yes. That's great. I forgot to tell you. I was spying through this window just now. The other element from my dream, the dark clouds, I believe they symbolize that man in there. Will you look through the window at him? Probably shouldn't. This is, highly inappropriate. Yep. The man who looks clearly evil from everything from his eyes to his hair to his pointy nose to his jewel on his head. That is Ganondorf, the leader of the Gerudos. They hail from the desert far to the west. Also, fun fact, they're all women. He's the only male Gerudo. He swears allegiance to my father. I'm sure he is not sincere. Dark clouds that covered Hyrule in my dream. They must symbolize that man. What happened? Did he see you? Don't worry. He doesn't have any idea what we're planning. Yet. We may have just given him a tip, though. I told my father about my dream. However, he didn't believe it was a prophecy. Of course he didn't. You're a child. What Ganondorf is after must be nothing less than the Triforce of the Sacred Realm. He must have come to Hyrule to obtain it. And he wants to conquer Hyrule. No, the entire world. I don't know, maybe he just wants a free milkshake machine. That's what I would wish for if I had the thing. You can choose I don't believe you, but that's kind of mean to say after all she's been through to tell you all this. He has such terrifying power. How do you know what power he has? I mean, we know because he basically put a parasitic arachnid inside a magic tree that we had to kill. Alright, so we need to find the Stone of Fire and Stone of Water. You received Zelda's letter. Wow, this letter has Princess Zelda's autograph. Set it to C and show it with C. Yes, I know how items work. Why are you still telling me this late into the game, Alright. Alright, let's leave. And you are? I'm Impa of the Sheikahs. I'm responsible for protecting Princess Zelda. Everything is exactly as the princess foretold. You're awful trusting of this little girl. You're a courageous boy. You're heading on a big new adventure, aren't you? My role in the princess's dream was to teach a melody to the one from the forest. This is an ancient melody passed down by the royal family. I have played this song for Princess Zelda as a lullaby ever since she was a baby. There is a mysterious power in these notes. Now listen carefully. Memorize this song. So we're getting introduced to the mechanics of the ocarina. Basically, you do C buttons in a rhythm, and that plays a song. And you get really good at it. Just like I am. I already know several songs, so they won't be hard to play. But that's the first official one that we learn. And it's not very useful. I mean, it is in some ways, but as an overall, it's not going to be our most used one. At least I don't think it is. And suddenly we're outside town. I like the dagger she has. You brave lad, we must protect... wait, is she supposed to be accented? I'm not going to try to do an accent. I already tried with that horrible southern accent on Talon. Alright, next stone is fire. Oh gosh, it's already 23 minutes. Alright. The song I just taught you has some mysterious power. Only royal family members are allowed to learn this song. Remember, it will help prove your connection with the royal family. Wish I could do that. Batman away. Alright, folks, well, that is going to wrap up this episode, and then the next one, we'll go pursue the next stone. So, thank you very much for watching. This has been Super Koopa, and I will see you in the next part. God bless, have a good one. Peace.